Good afternoon to one and all. This is Kranth Patnaik, and I am actually training you on Photoshop. So meanwhile, we have been learning about menu bar. We have been learning about the toolbar, and as well we have been learning new things in the Photoshop. So today we are going to learn about the layer box and the toolbar as usual. So yes, the last time we have created something called as a de-transparent body, by having half skeleton and half face. We were been just learning how to actually create a terminator literally. So yes, today we are going to learn something else, and today basically I'm going to teach you more of layer box. Layer box in the sense we have a box towards our right side down, and that is a layer box. So I'll just show you the layer box here. If you can see, this is the layer box. So this thing plays a major role in Photoshop, because without the layer box we literally can't work, because until and unless we play with the layer box and until and unless we know how to play with the layer box, we can't help it, or we can't do anything in the Photoshop. So usually when we are working on huge projects, we ensure that the layer box is as big as it's possible, because we have so many layers. For example, if I open a new layer, background, this is a layer 1, obviously layer 0 forms, and once I create the layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and more often I create the layers, it comes as layers and layers and layers. So that's what you have to remember. So yes, so we are on the layer 0, and that is the background. We are on the layer 0, and we are going to work on the background. So today we are going to look at what kind of editings that we can do with the Photoshop using the layer box. I'll clearly tell you in the layer box what all things that we have, and how exactly can we remap our layers, or how to actually play through this layer box is something which I'm going to teach you today. So once I say the layer box, always remember, if the layer box is not available in your interface, if you're really not able to find the layer box here and you're literally confused on where we can find, don't worry, don't get panicked, because our layer box is going to be near window, and once you find the layers out here, just keep going, and then you will find the layers, and once you click the layers, obviously the layer box is going to come here. So I'll show it to you once again. If it is not here on the interface, go for window and click layers, you'll get the layer box. So here is the interface. If you want to delete that, you can delete it, no issues. This is the interface that we have in the Photoshop. Now I'm going to create a new one. So I'll just open. This was the last previous things that we've been doing. That's what we have created yesterday. So we'll import a new image today. Go for Google, images, so we're going to work on a good wallpaper. So what we'll do, we'll download and this is actually cool. I'm going to save this image. Anything is fine, this one or this one. Probably we have So many hands here, which is probably nice. I'll save this. And we'll hit Taj Mahal. So here is the image. So it's going to be the straight thing. This is beauty. Alright, so we have saved 2 right now, and let's start working. So we have two things. Okay, I'll create a new one with the base. Amazing. So wallpaper, I'm gonna put something different. All right. So we at my pictures. Okay, so rather than this, we'll go to images, background. You can take a one good background, in fact. Wow, this is amazing, right? Where is this? I just lost our background. Nope, we are not looking for this. We are looking for this actually. But this is what is the result that we are having. Okay, so I'll download this, close it, and then open the Photoshop, and Control New, cancel, Control O, and then download the image. So now we are going to basically work on this. All right. Let's work on this right now. So I have created a background. So in the layer box, always create a new layer box and start working on it. Because I'll tell you what, only until and unless you work really good, then only things happen, guys. So always make sure you work good. So I started working on the toolbar. See, this we get because this option is not activated. So this is what you have to be very careful while you're editing, because any small thing can cause major impact. You always have to work on the edges of the Photoshop. Make sure you create really carefully. I'm just cutting the edges. Look into it very carefully how I'm exactly taking the points. I'm taking inside the image actually, you know, to get the better output. Make sure you edit it with a lot of curviness, because this is something which we are working on, curve. Editing should be done very carefully, guys, because this is what gives you the best output, because as patient are you and you're editing, that better output you get, in fact. This is called the border cutting. Excuse me. So we have done this. So now we are going to work on the layer. Minimize this, take move tool, cut it, paste. So here is what we have done. Still few things. So what we'll do, we'll take the help of eraser, probably take the smoother one. Just to have a feather output. Okay, so close it. No, I'm gonna get this. There's a problem here. There is a PNG file is not actually coming here. Sometimes this happens with the things, so don't worry. So we can basically use so now what we'll do, so now we're going to reduce the the minor work that we have done today, though the other file is not working. So make sure you always put like this, because this is all work. See, if you can see, now I'll show you the layer box. If I expand this in the layer box, we have so many things. So for example, if I double click on this option, you have so many, you know, I can drop the shadow and I can inner glow it. In the inner glow, I can change the color to white. See, and then we have bevel and emboss. These are all the options, you know, you just have to try and edit all this. So these are the few options that we can basically create it. So today I have actually shown you what is a layer box and what can be the advantages of the layer box. It's all about you implementing and start working on it, because once you double click on the layer, you get so many options to work on it. So it's all left upon you on how exactly you want to work and how you can take it to the next level. So these are the best options that you have in the Photoshop, and I recommend you to practice as much as possible, because only when you practice you get thorough with the tools and the menu bar of the Photoshop. So thank you so much for listening to my class, and probably we'll be practicing more and we'll be learning more in the Photoshop. So hope everybody practices, and I'm Kranth Patnaik, and I thank you so much for listening to my classes.